are dead, and two, that the living need their help in the here and now, since they, the dead, are in an alternate parallel dimension and perhaps, have inside information or knowledge of future events. And I'll take your answer off there.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Also,
many spirits can be very helpful. I use my ancestral spirits, my ancestors. They help me a lot. They come and show me things, and they can assist humans. I know, does that answer your question, or
he hung up?
Oh, okay. But
I trust it did.
Yeah, you can. I'm not afraid of them. I always communicate with them and find out what they want, and some of them can be helpful.
Let us go next to Winston in Macon, Georgia, wildcard line. Winston, thanks for calling.
Hello?
Hi,
yes,
Winston.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Rich. There were some ex-family members that sent some spirits they call witchcraft spirits, and I need some help to get free of them, please, sir.
Now, what do you do about this, Rich?
Well, first of all, you'll need to email me, because I don't do anything on the phone like this, because I'm not prepared to do that. I would have to, first of all, take some time and investigate exactly what's going on with your life. But it depends on a lot of things. So I would say, if you want to contact me by email, I would contact your angels and find out what's going on. And if I'm supposed to help you, then I could help you.
Well, let's hope that there's some help. If not, you can refer her to somebody or something like that. How many people do what you do?
In Maui, there's several. There's quite a few that do it here. But I don't. There's people in every city that do this kind of stuff. You just have to seek them out.
All right, we go next to Cheryl in Bloomington, Illinois. And Cheryl's on the wild card line. Cheryl, go ahead.
Good evening, George. You always have such a great show.
Thanks.
Thank you for taking my call. I would like to know, I knew a woman who was just mean, period. She had two daughters. One daughter, she just babied and pampered and gave her the moon. But the other daughter, she always told her that she hated her, wished she'd never had her. And she was physically abusive to her. And she was also emotionally and verbally abusive to her husband. Now, I'd like to know what made her this way and what happened to her after she died. And if she comes back and the daughter's reincarnated, does that daughter have to go back to that woman again?
Okay, well, I love those kind of scenarios because I work with people like that all the time. And the first thing you have to do with a person like that is go into their past lives and find out what kind of karmic flow is going on. And in a situation like that, if you were to go back, you might find out that the daughter she was abusing may have been her father at one time in a different life, and they're going back and forth and trying to equal their energy out with each other. It's very intriguing. It's very interesting. But what I do is usually once I discover these things, I usually go back and clear those issues and straighten the karma out so that when she dies, she doesn't have all this karma to have to deal with later. But I don't know whether she's going to go back and have to deal with her daughter again like that. It's really based because we have these soul groups and we have these these souls we interact with, and we all have these roles we play. But once we create these karmic flows, they really have to be cleared, or they'll just continue from generation to generation. And I've had to clear up to 5 to 10 generations of things where you've had all kinds of things like insanity. People or every third generation somebody's insane. And that goes back thousands of years, and you have to go back and clear those things out. And then once you do it, they don't reoccur.
No, they do not. They do not at all. We've only got about a minute left before the break, Rich. Then we'll come back and take final phone calls here. Subtle energy in the world we experience. This energy, and I want to talk a little bit more about that when we come back. Is it something you grab out of the universe?
It's something that exists all around us. Subtle energy doesn't really have barriers. It goes through us. It's around us. We're part of it. It's everywhere. Which is a good thing, I guess. Right, and you can learn to manifest it and use it. And I have a whole technique on how to, once you learn how to meditate and you're aware of the energy fields, you can actually bring the energy together and manifest it into thought forms and create whatever you need through what we call the law of attraction. You can attract what you want into your life. Very powerful and very interesting. Okay, we're going to come back with you in just a moment on Coast to Coast AM. And on our next Coast to Coast program, we're going to talk about the Banksters. So make sure you're part of that show. When we come back in just a moment, we'll take some final phone calls here on Coast to Coast AM. Welcome back. Rich Ralston with us. We'll take your calls. Rich, what has been the most satisfying aspect of the work you do? Something that really hit home for you? I believe it's being able to empower people to allow them to get rid of unwanted emotional blocks and regain their personal power back and start learning to be the person that they really want to be. It's very important for people to understand that, isn't it? People have more power than they think. And many people are brought up thinking that they're powerless, and they give their power over to certain groups of people and thought patterns, and they just become victims of the wishes of other people. And what I do is go in and I identify those belief systems and I help people clear those things out. And once they do, they're amazed as how powerful they can be. Is this supernatural or is it very natural? No, this is a natural thing. If people just understand how subtle energy works in their body, they can start eliminating emotional things they don't want to hold on to, like unforgiveness. They can learn to forgive people and really the energy will leave. That energy is held in their chakra system. Once they learn how to release it, they can forgive people. They may remember the occurrence, but the emotion won't be tied to it any longer in their body. You're in Hawaii now. You're in Maui. Uh-huh. Has that helped you with what you do? Is there more energy out there for you? I think there's a little bit more energy on the island, but there's a lot of work for me to do here. There's a lot of souls that need to be cleared off this island. So, but really, what it does for me is it allows me in my spare time to have a place that I really, really enjoy and can relax. Yeah, that's a pretty area there. Yeah. I know a lot of people on the Kona side on the Big Island. Mm-hmm. That's pretty, too. Yeah, I was just there a couple of weeks ago. It's a beautiful place. All right, let's go back to the phones. We'll go to Sarah in Virginia Beach, Virginia, to get things going. Sarah, go ahead.
Hi, George. Hi, Rich. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure thing.
2 quick questions for you guys. You were talking about animal reincarnation earlier. I could swear that I have a similar case like that in my hands. I was wondering if there's any ways to, further reassure that or any signs to kind of know for sure. Also, you said earlier that, you've helped souls cross over that have been waiting thousands of years. Do they have any idea how long it's been? I know time is a debatable thing, but what is it like for them? Okay, we'll take the second question. No, they don't know. There is no such thing as time and space in those. We call them, if you're in limbo, so to speak, and it becomes a real challenge because if the soul's been in limbo for 2,000 years and they go back into their soul group, they got a little catching up to do. So, and on the second note with the animals,
That's absolutely true, because we've got a cat. My daughter has a cat. It was a black cat that died. No, it was not a black. It was just a regular cat that died, and she got another cat, and it just is you would swear it's the same cat. They act the same, they respond the same, and I really believe it's the soul from one animal went into the next, because that's very, very plausible.
It's something, though, when people call me, Rich, and they see paw prints, for example, walking across their bed from their departed cat or something like that.
They need to pet it. Yeah, it's just coming back to say hello to you. Truly amazing work. And don't be afraid of it. No, that's just a loving animal coming back to love you again.
Let's go.
That's the way I look at it.
Well, let's go to Tony in Salinas, California, on the wild card line. Tony, go ahead.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, Tony.
So I want to know about spiritual grounding.
Spiritual grounding?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's really important to ground your energy to the earth. Before you start off meditating or contemplating anything, there's a couple different ways you can ground yourself. In my book, I have several examples, like take a couple spoons and hold them down by your side to the ground and direct the energy from your body into the earth. You can actually just take a couple pieces of iron pyrite or obsidian or dark rocks. I can just pick them up off the beach here and hold them in your hand, and you'll feel the energy drain out of your body. You can also do a visualization technique where you imagine a cord's coming up from the center of the earth and it's attaching to your tailbone, and you allow the energy from your body to drain back into the earth. All of those techniques can work for you, and it's important for you to ground yourself. I have to do it all the time, because when you're around a lot of people with a lot of energy, you get really